Hi, thanks for joining me today. My name is Robin Appleton, and I'm the founder and president of the Spectacle Bear Conservation Society, Peru. Our passionate team at SPC are working to save one of the most understudied and elusive bear species in the world, the spectacle bear. At SPC, we believe that a major solution for a healthier environment is right in front of our eyes. When women lead in conservation, indicators of success often go up, yet they are routinely excluded. 1 million species are at risk of extinction within this century, and the United Nations has recognized women's empowerment as an essential step to protecting Earth biodiversity. This is because women use and manage their landscape differently than men. So without women's perspective, we cannot achieve long-lasting outcomes for conservation. Research has found that there is an 11% increase in forest cover in areas where women lead forest management. In addition to this, women are role models for their children and invest up to 90% of their income into their families. Despite women's critical roles, however, women are consistently underrepresented and face barriers to participate in environmental decision-making. This imbalance can lead to a vicious cycle that continues to deprive women, consequently leading to unequal gender representation in environmental decision-making. This inequality further deprives women of access to formal education and financial resources, perpetuating their low social status. We believe we cannot achieve conservation success without a diversity of women in different roles within our organization, from directors to coordinators to even field biologists. Carmen, one of our young field biologists, whose family is from a remote indigenous community in northern Peru, is here to tell you her conservation story and her thoughts on gender equality in Peru.
My name is Carmen Tucto, and I am the assistant of the Research and Conservation Program at the Spectacle Bear Conservation, or SBC. Since I was a child, I always felt this connection with nature, animals, and sounds of the forest. Unlike my siblings, I was never afraid of running into a bag and showing it to them. I was considered as the weird of the family back then. So when I grew up, I realized that biology was the only career that suited me. Being able to continue having the privilege in observing animal behavior while walking on the trails is what motivates me to continue in conservation actions, like restoring, recovering, and maintaining natural areas. I consider that women and men have the same value. However, the presence of men has an advantage over the woman in conservation as well as in other areas. Nowadays, women are NGO founders, scientists, community leaders. Now, we are women and men working together achieving conservation goals. Women motivates more women, more men, and new generations in leading conservation projects, working as a team.
While many young women like Carmen have had access to better education, more indigenous women in remote parts of Peru have had limited access to education and new information due to their low literacy rate, time-consuming household work, lack of skills training, and employment opportunities. This has had adverse impacts on the quality of women's environmental decision-making powers within their own villages. We strongly believe at SPC that empowering women with environmentally sustainable economic educational resources will holistically benefit communities and biodiversity. As such, in 2010, we began an alternative artisan program called Felista. We have implemented this program now throughout the region we work in, from communities situated in the low elevation dry forest habitat all the way up to the top of the watershed to the indigenous Quechua speaking communities. This artisan program is a skill that is learned through a series of SBC workshops and is made using 100% wool and just a barbed needle. The outcome is just absolutely incredible. Here with you now is Rosana to talk to you more about the program itself. She is the program coordinator.
Hola, mi nombre es Rosana Castillo Flores, soy coordinadora del programa Felista. En nuestro programa capacitamos cerca de 200 mujeres que en la actualidad producen miles de productos al año. Tuvimos momentos desafiantes por cierre de tiendas y por falta de ventas en Felista. Gracias a este programa Felista y a fondos de emergencia pudimos garantizar que el 100% de estas mujeres sigan laborando. Este programa Felista es más que un ingreso para estas mujeres. Es un lugar de empoderamiento y un lugar donde se construye un mejor futuro.
SBC addresses the lack of economic opportunities by helping women in developing countries gain better access to sustainable livelihoods and build their self-confidence. Doing so helps ensure that their voices, skills, and knowledge play a significant role in discussions and decision-making related to conservation in their communities. Working with women through this program has helped us to build strong relationships and trust that has then allowed us together to protect pristine habitat through private protected areas. Karina, who will be talking with you shortly, has been working with SBC since the beginning. She participated in the first workshop and has played a critical role in the growth and success of this program. She has also won a Disney Conservation Award for her efforts.
Hola, soy Karina Montalbán, soy del programa de Felti y trabajo hace 10 años en el programa. Actualmente soy coordinadora local y entrenadora de nuevas artesanas y también verifico la calidad de los productos. Anteriormente las mujeres de la zona rural trabajaban en el campo. Todas ellas, no recibían un ingreso económico, eran marginadas por sus esposos. Los pocos ingresos que recibían, sus esposos manejaban ese dinero. Ellas no recibían ningún sol. Tenían muchos hijos de 13, 14 años. A temprana edad, ellas estaban ya con hijos pequeños. Digamos que al tener bastantes hijos no podían salir y eran escondidas de la sociedad. Actualmente proporciona la independencia a cada mujer que pertenece al programa de Felti. Ellas son mucho más importantes en su vida. Ahora administran su economía ellas mismas, tanto así que apoyan en la educación de sus hijos. Muchas de ellas han sacado a sus hijos adelante. Ahora ellos son profesionales. Tienen una carrera gracias al trabajo que tienen ellas en el programa de Felti. Muchas de ellas también han estado un poco delicadas de salud, pero gracias al programa de Felti, al ingreso que han tenido, se han sabido apoyar económicamente. Y también Felti para ellas y SBC es una familia en la cual comparten muchas cosas, se comparten sus tristezas, sus alegrías y también comparten, parte de su vida diaria. Felti también para ellas es salir del estrés. Ahora las mamás son mucho más importantes y crean la importancia de ellas en su vida diaria. Su ánimo es mucho más grande en este programa.
Thank you, Karina, for sharing your story. Felista, who will be speaking next, has also been working with SBC since 2008. Felista is native Quechua speaking and lives in a high elevation community at the top of the Leche watershed. When I first met Felista, she spoke very little Spanish and was illiterate. From our first interaction, I knew that Felista had a strong passion to learn, to help others, and to make the planet a better place. She originally helped us to spearhead our family planning program and later became the regional coordinator for the Felti program in the high elevation communities.
Hola, buenas tardes. Me llamo Felicita por Iguamán, Manayé, distrito de Incahuasi. Soy Sierra de Lambayeque. No, hakuna cosa anima rurana y japapi sin Incahuasi pegawar mi kuna pagakanchu. Chay no kunaga baka japata, ushi japata, chakrayman criaco rinijapa no kunaga, wamra japata estudiachine japapa. Runa ijapata chakrapi yanapanijapa, mana kanchu kuima cosas pe Incahuasi pe rurana ijapa no kuna warme paga. Chay. No cosa aligrita yarbushkane cuanto chay runakuna yatachamakkuna qayamatinga no mana allitachu yarbukre pero no allita piensatiga cosa allin kasha vidayba chaymanta yanapamasha cosata wamraykunata yanapanayba wasibi hogarniyba allin ruraykunata yatrachimashi escribinayba liyinayba somakunayba yatrakushkani no cosata aligrita yarboni chay yanapamashanllapa. Chay warmikuna cambiakaran chay trabajaq yaykurqa, pero mana ima trabajonpis karanchu, pero chay yatrakushanmantapacha sienten aligrita ayllunkunaman wamrankunapaq qillaykunata reciben kay proyecto SBCmanta. Nuqa aparte mana feldepi trabajayshaymantaqa wakin warmikunawan rurayani wasipi artesaniapi trabajani kay vinchitakunata rurani nuqaqa wakin warmisitakunawanqa kay vinchata churakuni kaynu nuqa kayman churakuni chayta ruranillapa nuqakuna vestikunillapa kay vestidullapamatapish nuqakuna rurar rantikunillapa kaykunata nuqakuna yachachinillapa warmisitakunata y cuidakananpaq planificación familiar chay yachachinillapa nuqakuna a veces yanapani warmikunata chay warmikunaqa yachakusha cuidananpaq chakrankunata chay mundinkunata ama rupananpaq ama rupar chay animalkuna mundipi qischakananpaq chaynu yachakushashpana ashwan yachachinakur cuidayanllapa chay mundinkunata washananllapapaq. Nuqukuna tayashayllapapi yachachinakur rurashkanillapa kay felte semana chayta yachakur pero kusala shumaq allin ruraykunapaq wamrankunata yachachinanpaq qillaykunawan yanapayan.
One of the greatest threats to this planet is the expanding human population that places excessive demands on natural resources which we are unable to sustain. This, combined with our tendency for overconsumption, has placed this planet at great peril. Curbing an unsustainable population growth through women empowerment is the key to saving spectacle bearers and, of course, our planet. Please support SBC in any way you can, through donations or even volunteering here in North America, or even coming down to Peru, and also helping us to find new clients to sell our product. Thanks again, and thanks for joining me today. Take care.